Thanks very much. That was terrific and a great start. I'd now like to introduce, I don't know how fresh from Singapore, but very recently from Singapore, Robin McCubbin.
Thank you, Dean. So, from Singapore, from Parkside to an IBM global executive, which is very interesting, I think you'll find, because when I was at Parkside, I really wasn't one of the best students. Matter of fact, I probably spent more time in the vice principal's office than he did on many occasions. And yes, I will fess up, I did participate in the water bombing in the cafeteria at the end of the term. I never said I did then, but I will clear the air on that one now. So, nearly 30 years since I left Parkside. And where did I go? Well, I had a desire to be a musician. I'd played brass instruments since I was about 7 years old. When I came to Parkside in grade 9, I went straight into grade 11 music. I played trombone, and I actually did fulfill that objective. While at Parkside, I participated in all the bands, the jazz band, the polka band, the stage band. When I left Parkside, I went off to work as a professional musician, playing many gigs around a number of concert halls, played beside many fine players from Brantford Symphony, Toronto Symphony, Hamilton Philharmonic, various brass quintets and musical shows. It's a tough life being a musician. Around 1986, I was playing an engagement, and I sat with the trombone player from the Toronto Symphony and said, you know, I'm thinking about going back to school. He says, you know, it's probably not a bad idea. There's about 22 jobs in Canada for a trombone player. And every time one became available, 200 people would fly in to audition for that. One has to assess how good are you and how bad do you want that. And I decided that was just a little too tough. So 1987, I went back to school for computer studies, care of a government retraining program in microcomputer and business applications at Mohawk College. It's a 2-year course done in 1 year. So 87, the entire year, January through to December at school, learning computer. 1988, 89, I worked as a microcomputer specialist. 1990, I went to one of Canada's largest retail companies as a network analyst and architect. And that's where things started to get really interesting. These were the early days of getting into microcomputing. I went and set forth on deploying a very early adoption of a global enterprise operating system, written up in a number of magazines, trade journals, interviewed, and it was a very good career move. I went into management. I learned how to manage people, small teams, becoming larger teams, and service desks, and voice communications, and networking. In 1997, I joined IBM as a manager over Unix and mid-range systems. And since then, I've had a number of jobs within IBM. Most recently, yes, I'm stationed in Singapore, managing major IT projects for one of the world's largest mining companies as the IBM Transition and Transformation Executive. So you can do it. You can go from Parkside to great stuff. All these people here are a testament to that. The path is not always direct, and it's not always easy. So how does my story bring relevance to folks who are here today listening to us all speak? Well, I'll tell you. I hold a position that has interviewed dozens and dozens of young people looking for careers in IT. And there's some very common elements that surface as you see dozens and dozens of people who are going to be, you know, are going to be successful. The key attributes that I found are they have leadership skills, communication skills, and courage. Right? Development of these basic building blocks are developed here in this school each and every day. When you participate in the classroom debate, you are developing communication skills. When you stand on principle with the confidence that you are right, you are growing and displaying your courage. When you decide to run for student council, become captain of a sports team, conduct a music rehearsal, lead a classroom discussion, you're developing your leadership skills. I did not fully appreciate this during my tenure here, as evidenced by my time I spent in the principal's office. But in later years, reflecting upon this, I realized how true it was. Your teachers at Parkside know this, which is why they encourage participation, leadership, development of your communication skills, participation in sports, encouraging people to take team leadership roles, and just learn to be part of a cooperative working team. They also know that in this assembly today is the future of Canada, and you have a role to play in helping shape where we go as a country. Put this together, you're the future leaders in our politics and industry. And with the challenges of an ever-growing global economy, you will be so instrumental in the development of our country's ability to successfully compete. Recognize how the decisions you take each day, how you participate, how you lead, how you become a team player, how you communicate, are going to contribute to your future and your success. The skills development is here, starts here every day. And doing so will help give you the future that you desire and bring the rewards and things that I've enjoyed, many of my colleagues here have gone and enjoyed, and I'm quite sure you will enjoy too. Participate and practice these skills today so you're well positioned to be successful in your chosen career, and I wish each and every one of you every success in the future.